everybody, welcome back, and today I am here with another review, and this one is all about Flower Beauty Mattifying Products. I have 3 products that I tried. I picked these all up at my local Walmart. That is where you can find Flower Beauty. So the 3 products that I got are a primer, a powder foundation, and a makeup setting spray. That way I kind of have a range of like prep, makeup and then set. They do have a few more mattifying products other than these, but these are the ones that I picked up. So let's go ahead and get started with the primer. First off, this primer is $13. I feel like that is kind of pricey for a drugstore primer, but if it works, then I'm more than willing to pay the price. This is the packaging on it. I love the packaging. I feel like it is kind of, what's the word I'm looking for here? Like, it looks premium. I like that it has the little flower thing here and it's raised up. It feels, like nice packaging. I like the color scheme. And this one is the green color coded one, which is the In Your Prime Pore Minimizing Primer. This does claim to smooth and blur, long-lasting makeup wear, and mattify. So that is right up my alley. I have enlarged pores on my forehead and around my nose, and I am also extremely oily. Like, I still have not found a single primer, and I have tried what feels like almost all of them that really controls my oils for more than like 4 hours. So I was excited to try this one and see. Now, the thing is that this does say that it is first and foremost a pore minimizing primer. This does nothing for my pores, literally nothing. It is a kind of, cream, not silicone feeling particularly. It does have a little bit of a slip as you kind of get it fully rubbed into your skin, but for the most part, it just feels like a cream moisturizer. So whenever I put this on my face, rub it into my skin, pat it into my pores, it just does nothing. My pores are still there. They're not minimized at all whatsoever. So that was a little bit disappointing. If you are looking for a pore minimizing primer, my favorite is the NYX Pore Filler. It is the only pore minimizing primer that I have ever tried that actually minimizes my pores and keeps them minimized all day long. All of the rest just fade off on me. So that one actually works. This one does not. In terms of mattifying, it doesn't do that either. I really saw absolutely no difference between this and some of my non-mattifying primers. I just didn't get anything out of it. So that was a disappointment as well. I would think that for $13 and for it to be specifically targeted as mattifying and pore filling, it would do at least one of those things, and it just did not. I would not recommend this product at all. I don't feel like it's worth the money. They do have a few other types of primers. Maybe if you are more normal to dry skinned, you might find one that works better for you there. But for oily girls, I don't recommend this. The next product that I have is the powder foundation. This is what it looks like. This is called the Powder Trip Powder Foundation. I have mine in the shade PP3. There are, I believe, only 4 shades of this, or at least only 4 shades available at my local Walmart. And if I'm shade number 3, that tells you about the shade range. It's basically crap. I feel like that's a little bit disappointing as well. I mean, the fact that the 3rd out of 4 shades is my color, and I'm usually pretty darn fair in even drugstore, color ranges, that's kind of crappy. But if you can find a shade that fits you in this, this is a pretty good product. I do have some issues with it though. So let's talk real quick about the packaging. I do love the Flower Beauty packaging. Here it has the flower right here, and it does actually have a magnetic closure, which I like. It is a little bit creaky, so it does feel a little bit cheap, but if you're just looking at it, it looks nice. It did come with a brush right here. I always throw those away. They're complete crap. Does anybody ever use the brushes that come with things like that? Here is how much powder you get. It is actually 0.12 ounces. It's not very much. I feel like I do have other powder foundations that come with more. And this is a $11 product, so still kind of pricey for the drugstore. I feel like Flower Beauty did not always used to be this pricey, but they're kind of undergoing a little bit of a kind of rebranding. Like the packaging looks a little bit different on some things now. They're coming out with new things. I didn't see the primers before. I didn't see the setting spray before, so maybe in repositioning their brand a little bit, they are increasing the price. I do feel like for me, this PP3 powder, it is a little bit more yellow than Cool Toned, but it's still kind of neutral yellow instead of full-on yellow, so I can get away with it. I typically use powder foundations not like, you know, caking them all over my face, using them like a foundation. I pretty much just use them to perfect my skin, give it a mattifying effect, and make it look like I, you know, cared a little bit, but not too much that day. So I will usually just take a buffing brush and just kind of put it all over, but not really build up the coverage. So for me, this powder, it blends really well. It goes into the skin really nicely. I do love how it looks on the skin. It gives a very natural look, and it mattifies without looking too dried out and gross. So I like that. However, I will say that it does not control my oils completely. I can get about 3-4 hours wear out of this before my oils start coming through, which is typical for most things for me. Maybe once I find that holy grail primer for me, things will be a little bit different, but for now, I'm just stuck with really oily skin. But this does look beautiful. It goes on beautifully, and it lasts even though my oils start coming through. The powder itself doesn't really seem to go anywhere. It just is allowing the oils to come through, but if I blot, I can still tell that the little bit of coverage that I put on is still there. So if you are more on the normal combination side, this would probably be a dream product for you. If you're super, super oily, you might still like it. It's just that you will need to blot or reapply whatever it is that you want to do. So just know that it will not completely control your oils, but it will do a little something, something for you. The last product is the setting spray. This is the Seal the Deal Long-Lasting Makeup Setting Spray in Matte Finish. There is also, I think, one other that is the kind of glowy, dewy finish setting spray. Clearly that's not up my alley. It says it locks makeup in instantly, keeps makeup fresh, and has a mattifying effect. I love this product. I think it's really, really good. Thinking of my favorite setting sprays, they're like right over here, so I'm looking at them. It's better, significantly better than my Ulta Makeup Setting Spray. It is better than my Wet n Wild setting spray. And I would say it's like neck and neck with my Milani Make It Last setting spray. I really need to test those kind of side by side to see which one is better, which I will probably do before my next declutter so that I can figure out which one to keep and which one to go. But this is a really, really good setting spray. This does do something for me. I will use this even whenever I'm not wearing any makeup at all, just to kind of control my oils a little bit. And this can give me, whenever I'm not wearing anything, a solid 4 hours of no oil, which is completely unheard of for me. If I'm not wearing some sort of primer, some sort of powder, my oils are coming out within 45 minutes of washing my face. So that tells you something about this. If I use this in conjunction with my best performing primer, my best performing powder, and this, I can get about 6 hours. And that is pretty unheard of, except with the Milani. So they're neck and neck for that. This is a $13 product, however, so that's kind of expensive, I feel like, for drugstore. Again, the Milani one that I bought, though, I think was like $16. So, you know, I think you get what you pay for with those, because the other two were less expensive and they're less good. This does have the kind of formula where you need to really shake it up before you use it, or else you will get some tiny little white flecks. but as long as you shake it up, I haven't had any issues with it. And what I love about this is that the spray on it, I really don't know if you'll be able to tell. The spray is just this like super fine mist. I've never had a makeup setting spray that actually has like almost an aerosol type of spray, but with like a pump. It is so fine whenever it comes out. It is better than the Milani in that regard. I will tell you that much. This is the best spray pump that I've ever had on a makeup setting spray. I love it. And if you only purchase one product out of these three, have it be this one, because this is the one that has not let me down in any regard of all of these. So this one I would recommend. The powder foundation I would recommend, with the caveat that you may or may not, you know, get a lot of oil control with it. And then I would not recommend the primer at all. So that is it for the review on these products. I hope that you guys got some good information out of it, and I hope that you have a good rest of the day. I will catch you guys next time. Bye.